Hi everyone, my name is Dave and welcome to the YouTube channel. And I'm Animus and I'm speaking with you today from the heart, the seat of the soul. And first of all, I'd like to say thanks very much for all the subscribers to the channel, all the likes and shares of all the videos. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, guys. And I hope you're well today. Today's video is going to be a brief introduction to my understanding, my experience with my dream work. I'm going to use some notes that I have here and a diagram that is similar to the one I used on my initial video, which is the theory of the psyche from Carl Jung. But when I begin to work with dreams, I get myself into a calm place first, so I may work with them as soon as I've written down in the morning or later on in the evening or during the daytime. And I use things like chakra work, emotional freedom techniques, meditation, hand over heart, heart focus meditation, that kind of thing, to get me in the right place so I don't rush into it. And I always approach it with reverence and humility. And I say something like, I don't understand what this means. Can you please help me? Because I'm speaking to my higher self, my true self, and I like the ego. And it's to get out of the way if I can when I look into it. And at night time, I ask for clear dream details when I've had sufficient sleep, because years ago when I started this work, I didn't say that, and I was getting 4 to 5 dreams a night. It was like someone had turned a tap on. A lot of information came through, and I was up most of the night writing it down. So I'll say that statement, and it seems to work to slow it down a little bit so I can get some sleep and get the dreams. And sometimes I'll awaken with a paragraph in mind from the dream, and as I begin to write it down, I'll get a whole page or more of A4. It's like it's backed up and waiting to come out, but at first it may seem like there's just a few lines or just a few paragraphs. And I say that to you to give you encouragement to persist with it if small amounts of information or pictures are coming through at first, that it can increase in information as time goes by. And I understand I'm here for the evolution of my soul, and dreams are a direct communication along with inner work, etc., and active imagination, all to plug into that evolution of the soul. And it's been a phenomenal journey for me, and I hope that you guys can get into dream work and get the benefits from it. Now, there's always a difference between my striving of the soul and the striving of the ego. And I understand that the soul doesn't really care for what the ego wants, and it's going to pursue through dreams, etc., irrespective of the ego. But when I engage in consciousness into the inner world, then it becomes much more dynamic and more real. I feel much more connected to it. And I've always been fascinated by the images, the characters, the colours that come out of dream work. I never know what's going to come up. I just turn up, join in and see what happens, and I know that I'm not controlling it. My understanding is it's coming from the self orchestrating the whole theatre. It's a quote from a lady called Joan Ocean, the dreams are living theatres, which is a very apt description. So thanks, Joan, for quoting that in one of your books. Right, the primary archetypes as listed behind me, the shadow, anima, animus and self, they regularly appear in my dreams, as well do parental complexes and the challenge that goes on with those characters, which I'll go into in a minute. So I'll just turn to the diagram. Hopefully you can see it clearly enough. So at the top we've got psyche, mind, the Carl Jung's theoretical diagram. We have the persona in the outer world. I understand that as the masks that we wear, many of different masks in different areas of society for different occasions. The ego, my understanding that, ladies and gents, is an organ of consciousness. In dream time, it's a dream ego that's the watcher of the dreams. So we have consciousness there, then we go beyond the green line into the unconscious area, into the inner world. And we have directly beneath the ego the shadow, as a man that would come through my dreams as the same sex. So for example, tall, slim, dark-haired man, the complete opposite of this hair colour. So in a lady it might come through similar build, similar height, different hair colour, that kind of thing. the anima, animus underneath that. So the anima in male is a soul. So that will come through as a female in my dreams, as a guiding female. Ladies that I know, ladies that I don't know. Some ladies going back centuries, dream figures, phenomenal experience in my dreams of anima guiding me. Sometimes coming through as a helpful animal. The animus for the ladies, the spirit, the male aspect, so coming through as a male in your dreams. And the self, higher self, true self, the orchestrator. Now, up here, ladies and gents, I've put complexes. They are, my understanding, groups of related thoughts, ideas, a lot of energy in those spinning around in the unconscious. We have many different complexes for every person. And at the heart of the complexes is an archetype. So it's of my benefit, ladies and gents, to work with the dreams, to access the complexes and the archetypes, to integrate that energy into my consciousness, out of my consciousness, to help the whole trip. Moving through the evolution of the soul, to move towards the wise elder man archetype in me, and the ladies, the wise elder woman archetype, so you'll be of more benefit in your family and local community and wider communities. So work with the dreams to access the energies in the complexes and undo those as and when, and the archetypes, so that they're not all clumped together, and the benefits of those are a greater consciousness. That's my experience of working with analysts and other people and myself on my own dreams. Underneath the self is the cultural unconscious. That's a whole another layer of information. And below that one is the collective unconsciousness, a whole other layer. So there's lots of information there, ladies and gents, and lots of energy that can permeate the dreams. I've had some very difficult dreams with the shadow and the parental complexes trying to steer me off the path through inducing fear into the dreams and terror to stop me doing this, because they didn't like the areas I was going into. But I needed to hold the ground, keep the tension together and pursue this. Otherwise I wouldn't get through to the gifts and the insights that are waiting there. So it was all seem very, very difficult to go into the shadow work and then into the parental complexes and so on, and work with a negative or a dark anima, ladies with the negative or the dark animals. It's essential to hold your nerve and to go into that, to get the gifts that are there. So I see like a coin with two sides. You've got the consciousness, then say you've got the shadow, etc. underneath. To get to what that they've got for you, you have to flip that coin, which comes with the inner work. And my particular passion is dream work and active imagination. And as mentioned earlier, I use chakra and EFT and so on to get me in the right frame of mind. And with the energy work that I do with clients, I use the chakra EFT with the dream to enhance the experience for the client and for myself. So that's a quick explanation of the theory of the psyche and my dream work. Just seeing if I've missed anything out there. The inner child. So the inner child's got many gifts. So to get those gifts of spontaneity and joy and creativity and so on, he'll appear in my dreams, as he has done many times. And it's my understanding that through the energy work and the dream work and so on, I'm assisting him to be more autonomous. As Carl Jung coined the phrase individuation, it's separating the archetypes so they have their own gifts and energy and not all clumped together. And then I can grow and develop more through that process. And this work assists with that. Part of that are, as mentioned, the shadow, for me, the anima, for the ladies, the animus, the parental complexes, the inner child, and so on. And the sheer fascination of the colours, the scenarios, everything that comes out of it. You know, it really has been an amazing experience, and hopefully I'll never lose the passion for that. But there are conflicting situations within the dreams leading towards the growth. But it's essential to hold attention to get to the other side, and I hope that you'll take something from this video, ladies and gents, and use it for yourself, family, friends, and so on, and get something from it. I record my dreams almost every day, and I look at them and spend time working with them almost every day. I did take a break from that years ago, and then when I tried to get back into it, something in me didn't want to do that. There was a great resistance, which I presume would be a parental complex. So I persevered with it and eventually settled down back into it, and I've never come out of that again. So there probably will be resistances, but it's worthwhile doing it. And I'll leave that video there, ladies and gents. Thanks very much for joining me. Have a good day, look after yourself, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.